Gremlin here with the old Gremlin Gamer. So our last video went a little over. Actually, I've got my PlayStation set to record for an hour, and that went over a little bit. And I had a second video. I'm gonna have to try and link those somehow. That was only about 20 minutes long. So we're picking up where we last left off. So we're still in the early part of the game here, trying to escape Helgen. And I believe I was kind of discussing certain things. I think we pretty much looted everything we can get out of here. So let me get my bearings. I think we need to go this way. Yeah, there's Homeboy waiting for us. And of course, there's always something to find. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is a perfect situation where having that night vision helps, because this game can get really dark at times. Alright, some more dungeon stuff. Not really seeing any loot, but you never know. Yeah, there we go. Would have missed out on a whole gold piece. So yeah, you want to kind of loot everything. He didn't really have anything worth getting. Homie's got gold and bone powder. That's a
stick together down here.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
This way.
Orders are to wait until General Tullius arrives.
I'm not waiting to be killed by a dragon. We need to fall back.
Just give the General some time.
Imperial dog. Get it.
I've been here before, much better. Do your worst.
Kill it while you
Another thing you have to be careful about in this game is you can hit your allies, and if you do, there's a chance they will get pissed off and try to attack you. So you have to be a little careful in situations where you're fighting with other people. Definitely could use those arrows. All this light armor. Gonna go ahead and grab that bow because there's definitely situations where being able to use a bow can come in really handy. Alright, that's all I need. Loot. They seem to have the fight under control. Yeah, just more of the same. Some more arrows. These guys are broke. The skeletons had gold, but these dudes don't. That's pretty funny. Oh no. She was one of us and she got whacked. I guess I should have helped with the fighting a bit more. Anyways, they're fair game to loot. Nobody's going to get mad at you for taking their stuff.
Over here.
Over here. Alright.
Over here. Let's see where this goes.
Alright, well I was going to do that, but if you insist. How does he know where we're at?
Better push on. The rest of them will have to find another way out.
If I remember correctly. Oh, there we go. 13 gold.
That doesn't go anywhere. Guess we better try this way.
Alright, so if I'm thinking correctly, there might be bears in this last part of the cave. Nope. Even worse, frostbite spiders. Whoops.
Hate those damn things. Too many eyes, you know?
These guys always drop frostbite venom. But once again, poison just doesn't really do a whole lot this game. As you can see, even getting spit at multiple times, it's only taken a little bit of my HP. And another cool thing about Skyrim is that you will slowly heal over time. So as long as you're out of a fight, you will slowly regain your health. Alright, so we do have some things here to collect. Even though I usually don't dabble too much in alchemy, I'm a sucker for collecting alchemical components. Admittedly, some of them can be sold, but usually not for a lot. First person mode here. Yeah, there's the bear. See, I forgot about the spider ants, but I do remember the bear. So let me see. We're going to try and sneak past it.
Hold up! There's a bear just ahead. See her? I'd rather not tangle with her right now. Let's try to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow. And watch where you step. Or if you're feeling lucky, you can take this bow. Might take her by surprise. Go ahead. I'll follow your lead and watch your back.
Alright, sorry about that telephone. Trying to get this pouch. Yeah, corn purse, give me that. Yeah, look at that, 34 gold. I'm gonna very carefully try and sneak past this bear here. Because admittedly at this level, yeah, if I tried to fight her with the swords, I don't know that I would actually manage to kill her. And considering the bow and arrow I'm rocking, yeah, it's not really, I mean, admittedly bears are some of the tougher enemies in this game, especially in the early. They can mess you up pretty quick.
Phew, that was close.
Personally, I don't really like killing them. There's actually a spell you can get, or a, actually it's a, once you get your ability, once you're officially the Dragonborn and you get your shout skills, there's a shout you can learn that basically allows you to scare off wildlife so they won't want to fight you. And I usually use that to try and scare off bears and wolves and such that would attack you in the wild.
That looks like the way out. I knew we'd make it.
Alright. Alright, so that pretty much gets us through the trial area. That section of the game is just kind of to get your bearings and get a little bit of a grasp on the basics of combat, stealth, and so on and so forth. And kind of let you pick up the correct equipment you might need for the build that you want to go with. So right now, even though I'm rocking all heavy armor, I'm very likely going to be going for a stealth mode here. So, oh yeah, this was a new feature they added. Survival mode. Adds need to sleep, eat, and stay warm. It also adds additional challenges such as no fast travel, reduced carry weight, and leveling up only when you sleep. Yeah. maybe on another playthrough when I'm looking for a challenge, but for this playthrough, we're just really wanting to go for fun. Especially since I've, if I was playing a Khajiit or something that I'm more familiar
There he
with.
goes. Looks like he's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. We better clear out of here. My sister, Gerdur, runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today. My sister, Gerdur, runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Alright. So, just as a frame of reference, you can definitely see these ruins off here straight ahead. And that's actually one of the first locations we want to kind of go and explore. Even if you decide to play a mage, it's usually a good thing to try and go to Winterhold as soon as you get an option. You can actually get a carriage and Whiterun to take you there, so you can avoid roughing it and going there on foot. Because you can also buy a horse, but they're not cheap. But usually you kind of want to do a little bit of early leveling, kind of get your equipment better.
You should go to Windhelm and join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's Ulfric.
And that is a classic running quest throughout this whole game, is whether you're going to join the side of the Stormfolk, the Rebels, or the Empire. There's a few scenarios in the game that kind of force your hand on this, but you can pretty much avoid the whole conflict if you want to, because honestly both sides are kind of on the sticky side, so it's hard to really decide who you want to side for, although it was the Imperials that were trying to execute you. Alright, so Helgen's where we left. Falkreath is back that way as well, but we're heading for Riverwood, which is relatively close. So I do believe we want to head to the right. And I know we'll be going the right way if we see the stones. Yeah. And the river, of course. So this is another important aspect of the game. I had put this in a previous video that I didn't narrate, but basically the type of character you're deciding to play is going to fit one of three archetypes. You're either playing stealth, you're playing a mage, or you're playing a warrior. So what happens is that you can get the blessing of one of these three stones, and it's going to improve your experience in the various traits that apply. So activating the Thief Stone is going to help with anything to do with stealth, subterfuge. This one's going to give you more bang for your buck for leveling up magic and magic related skills, and obviously this one's going to make you better with weapons and armor and so on. And since we're probably going to be going for a stealth build, we're going to take the blessing of the Thief Stone. So those under the sign of the Thief School will learn stealth skills 20% faster. You may have only one blessing at a time. And the thing is too, this is not permanent. You can actually go back at any time and change which one that you're getting assistance from. And there are actually some other stones similar to these that give you some other perks instead of more base that these are giving you. That said, there is a quest you can follow, and I will have to try and find it, but it's usually one that you want to try and do earlier in the game, although a lot of times you usually won't find it till later in the game. But the end of it has you getting a really impressive circlet. Basically, it's kind of like a crown you can wear on your head that allows you to activate two of these stones at the same time, allowing you to get double the bonus perk on your skills. incredibly useful, and obviously something you want to get as soon as possible, because even if you're playing, say, a stealth character, you're still going to make use of magic, you're still going to make use of weapons, and vice versa. For the most part, if you're playing this game right, you're probably going to be making use of a lot of different skills. And there's plenty of exploration, characters to get involved with. I don't think she's going to cause us problems, but you never know until you approach people. Anyways, usually the next direction we want to go is just to continue following the road here and following the river. Despite talking about splitting up, Homeboy's still just ahead of us. And probably one of the most fun things about this game is the fact that it is so non-linear and that you can just twist off and explore. Like right out the bat, we've already discovered mines, and he already looks hostile. Yeah, they don't want strangers there. So anyways, we're not really ready for that just yet, but once again, that's another location close by to explore where you can basically do some leveling up, get some more gear and stuff to collect to sell. Let's see if I remember oops, I didn't mean to activate that. Oh, homie killed a wolf there. There we go. So run, as you can see, you use a lot of stamina when you run. Well, am I going the right way? Yeah, we're going the right way. Yeah, here we are.
Looks like nobody here knows what happened yet. Come on. Gerda's probably working in her lumber mill.
Mother?
It was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrel.
So the lumber mills are something that you will definitely want to know the location of once you get to the point where you can start building houses. There's actually a handful of houses that you can have built in this game, and they require lumber, and you have to go, depending on the location of the house, different lumber yards.
Is it safe for you to be here?
Work at different places.
At least now I am.
Are you hurt? What's happened? And who's this? One of your comrades?
Not a comrade yet, but a friend. I owe him my life, in fact. Is there somewhere we can talk? There's no telling when the news from Helgen will reach the Imperials.
Helgen? Has something happened? You're right. Follow me. Pod, come here a minute. I need your help with something.
What is it, woman? Sven drunk on the job again?
Pod, just come here.
Ralof, what are you doing here? Ha, I'll be right down.
There's another alchemy for me. Usually the alchemy stuff kind of sticks out.
Uncle Ralof, can I see your axe? How many Imperials have you killed? Do you really know Ulfric Stormcloak?
Hush,
Oh, they're still over here.
come find us if you see any Imperial soldiers coming.
Aw, Mama. I want to stay and talk with Uncle Ralof.
Look at you.
New to Riverwood?
Almost a grown man.
If you're looking for work,
Won't be long
go see
before
Hod
you'll
at
be
the
joining
mill.
the fight yourself.
It's my mill. Some folks thinks it's my town too, but it ain't. The Jarl in Whiterun owns the land and the town. I just pay the taxes. And by supplies, I suppose you mean weapons and armor? Alvor can help you out. He's our blacksmith. Of course. Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there's anything else you need, just let me know. Oh, what's this all
That's
about?
right.
What
Don't
are you
worry,
two
Uncle
doing here?
Rayla.
I...
Like those will sneak up on you.
Lucan over in the Riverwood Traders says thieves broke into his store.
Rayla,
Strange.
What's
He says
going
they
on?
hardly took anything.
you two look pretty
Until
well
next
done
time.
in. I can't remember when I last slept. Here for work? Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater Crossing. Like they knew exactly where we'd be. That was 2 days ago now. We stopped in Helgen this morning, and I thought it was all over. Had us lined up to the headsman's block and ready to start chopping.
The cowards.
They wouldn't dare give Ulfric a fair trial. Treason for fighting for your own people. All of Skyrim would have seen the truth then. But then, out of nowhere, a dragon attacked.
You don't mean a real, live...
I can hardly believe it myself. And I was there. As strange as it sounds, we'd be dead if not for that dragon. In the confusion, we managed to slip away. Are we really the first to make it to Riverwood?
Nobody else has come up the South Road today, as far as I know.
Good. Maybe we can lay up for a while. I hate to put your family in danger, Gerda, but...
Nonsense. You and your friend are welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Let me worry about the Imperials. Any friend of Raylof's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to assist you in any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Thanks, sister. I knew we could count on you.
I ought to get back to work before I'm missed, but did anyone else escape? Did Ulfric?
Don't worry. I'm sure he made it out. It'll take more than a dragon to stop Ulfric's Stormcloak. I'll let them into the house and, show them where everything is.
Help them drink up our mead, you mean? Good luck, brother. I'll see you later.
Don't worry about me. I know how to lay low.
Alright. Let's see.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that. Yeah, well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Alright, so we got some stuff to get rid of. Actually, I'm dual wielding those swords, so we'll hang on to those. Don't really need the daggers. Don't really need the war axe. Only need one bow. Don't need those raggedy things. Don't really need that. I should hang on to the one set of light armor just for the heck of it. I'll hang on to that shield. Those might come in handy. I'll keep one of those as well. Do we have anything miscellaneous? Nope. Let's see what he's got for sale. Weapons. Well, we got a fishing rod. I forgot they added fishing to this new version. And He's gonna, of course, have the things I sold. I'm trying to use a great sword. We got the bow, steel arrows. We'll find enough. We don't really need those, and you can eventually make them as well. See, he's got any decent armor. Circlet of Minor Alchemy. That's kind of nice. Conjuration. We're not really looking for a. See, here's a ring of minor. Yeah, I don't have money for that anyways. See, potions. That's one we're gonna. Don't have enough money for it. Never mind. That one would be good to have though. Although since I'm playing as an all Argonian, I probably won't need it because I'm not going to have as much issue with catching diseases. We have a healing ability. More than anything, we just don't have that much gold right now, so there's not a reason to do that. Books are always good to keep an eye out for because that's how you learn spells. And once you learn a spell, you know it forever. You usually can find spell books, and once you make your way to Winterhold, you'll find a lot of different guys that will sell you spell books. Usually some of the ones that are harder to find in the wild, usually higher level spells and so on. So Clairvoyance, the game usually almost always shows you where you're trying to go, so you really don't need that. Frostbite, Blast of Cold. See, I've got the fire and electric versions of that already. Fury, there we go. Creatures in level 6 attack anything nearby for 30 seconds. So that's kind of a distraction spell, but it can backfire on you and cause the enemy to attack you as well. Ward spell, Oak Flesh, which is the one. Good lord, I'm trying to remember the name of magic that falls under. But basically, that's if you're a magic user and you're trying to improve your resistance. And there's a good basic necromancer spell. But we don't really need any of those, so we're not going to worry about them right just yet. These are essential for when you do start doing enchanting, because basically you need soul gems filled with a soul in order to power your enchantment, and you'll need certain spells or weapons to basically trap those souls. A lot of times when you find soul gems, they will already have a soul in them, and they come in various sizes with various sizes, and obviously the more bigger the crystal, the more powerful the soul, the better enchantment you're going to get. That's also tied to your enchanting level to a point as well, but that we'll get into at a different time. And I got some raw materials here, like iron ore, leather. This is for ironsmithing, making weapons and armor. Can never have too many lock picks. And I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. And of course, we're going to get a mission if we ask about this.
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in. We still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament, solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw. You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northeast of town. Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
No, by the 8, fine. But only to the edge of town.
And so here's where you can cook. If you have the ingredients. And of course it kind of helps also to know the recipes. So, well, I guess by default if you have the right ingredients it'll let you make it. So we do have the ability to make some cabbage soup with that cabbage. So it goes from basically only restoring 1 point of health. The soup will actually restore 10 points of health and 8 points of stamina. And of course, just about every one of these recipes requires salt pile, so you'll definitely want to grab salt as much as possible. In the early part of the game, especially before you learn some healing spells, or if you're not playing an Argonian that can heal, food's going to be your main way to heal yourself. And it's almost comical the amount of food that you'll have to eat in order to heal yourself, but hey, it's better than not. So, we're going to move on from here.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings.
Alright, we'll lead the way.
Those thieves must be mad hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else.
Well, are you going to lead me or what? Which way are we going? Oh well, I don't need her assistance. I've done this a couple of times already. So, basically at this point, we have two options. We can either go on to Whiterun, or we can go up here and take our chances in the crypt. I, for one, am feeling kind of bold, so I'm going to go up here and see about trying to take on this dungeon here. Let me make sure if I'm in the right mission. They still got me trying to go to Whiterun. Sorry, Wolf. Did not want to kill you. I don't know why you had a ring, but anyways. The pelts can be used to make leather. You can also sell them. And that's one thing you also have to be wary of is wildlife will attack you, bandits will attack you. The occasional thief or assassin once you get a bit of a reputation. But as you can see our compass, that little arrow gives us a rough idea of which direction we're supposed to be going in case you don't actually know already, but okay, so we might want to switch to our bow real quick here. Now, this is usually where it's good to have stuff. Oh, there it is. Alright, so I'm not sure about on the Switch, but on the PlayStation, if you hit up on the D-pad, it unlocks your favorite list. So, basically anything that's been favorited, it will be in this, so you can switch things quickly. Whether it be a piece of armor, or a spell, or a weapon. That said, it's real easy to get carried away with favoriting things, and then you got too big, or putting a potion in here so you're not having to go in and try and track down everything. The game will always pause whenever you go into here, so you don't have to worry about being attacked while you're changing weapons or getting a potion or finding food. But anyways, we are going to do some sniping because I'm sure there's other people over there. Ooh. Oh shoot. Whoops. Alright, this is not going to be as easy as I thought. Just going to make this video take a bit longer than I wanted to. Okay, he's on to me now. But they don't know where I'm at.
I was sure I heard something.
Oh, well, the jig is up now.
I'll shatter your bones like glass.
Alright, I can't see him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Steel sword. I think that's what I've already got. Alright, I think we're just gonna rush in. Oops. There's the archer axe. Must be up here. Okay. Why not? Oh, that's nice. Well, on the heavy side, though. I think we'll wait. Well. Still not entirely sure where this other guy's at, but I think we're actually at our destination. Oh.
Gonna wear that tail as a belt.
Yeah.
Ooh, hunting bow. I think that's better than the one I have, maybe. Alright, so let's try and figure out where we're trying to go here. Well, that was kind of pointless. Well, the experience was good. But that was not where we were trying to get. Oh, shit. So let me see. Hunting bow 8, longbow 6. Yeah, that's the better weapon. And that's how you do a stealth kill. And of course, that's got somebody suspicious. Alright, so this is good too, so I can show you what it looks like when you level up and how leveling up works. So you go into your menu, you go up to your skills screen, and now it's going to give you the option. When your level increases, you must choose to increase your health, magic, or stamina. You can also select a new perk at this time, or save it. For later, available perks are highlighted in each constellation. So, for the most part, no matter which class you're playing, in the very beginning it's usually good to increase your health a little bit. But obviously if you're playing a brawler or fighter of some sort, you're going to want to start investing in stamina. And if you're a magic user, you're going to invest in magicka. Even with a magic user, stamina is still good to have for the simple fact that it affects your carry weight, it affects your ability to run. There are situations where you may still have to depend on weapons. You can't always depend on your magic, so getting the stamina up there is not a bad idea, but it's not as important for a magic user as it is, say, for an archer or a sword fighter or somebody like that. So we're going to go with health first. And as far as our first skill point, that's a good question. Where should we go with this? So, as you can see, I'm gaining some credit in my heavy armor there, but we're probably going to switch that eventually. Single-handed weapon. So this could be good because I have a feeling I'm probably going to be depending on single-handed weapons. This would increase our damage by 20%. Or, I can go into archery and get my bow to do 20 more damage. Or, I can also just wait and decide when to use this skill later. Because basically, as you can see, I can put a skill point into this. In order to put a skill point into this, it requires my archer being level 30, which right now it's only level 16. Same here, level 30. So you have to work your way up as far as actually leveling up that skill by using it, and once you get to a certain point, and if you have a skill point, you can get that perk. Let's see, you usually have to have the preceding skill unlocked first as well, so you can't skip this step. So I'm trying to decide if I want, or we could even go into stealth. Stealth is another one that's really easy to max out and make legendary, and then rebuild up. It's probably your second best option to lock picking for that. I think this time we're going to put it in archery. Bam! So the next one is going to increase it again, but I will have to get my archery up to level 20 before I can do that. And so there we are. That's leveling up. Alright, so let's get back to see what we're doing here. So as you know, your reticle there basically is your guide for whether you can be spotted or not. Detected. Oh, yeah. Oops. Strangely enough, I thought bow and arrows were affected by stealth. Ooh, that was pretty brutal. So usually anytime you get a critical like that, you'll usually get a special death animation. They're usually pretty simplistic like that when it's a bow and arrow kill. Oh, poor girl, got her right in there. I thought I got her in the eye. It just barely clipped her ear. I think you're faking, lady. Although that one in your side is legit. But usually the critical kills with hand weapons are a lot more involved and dramatic, and in some cases gruesome. Beheading and all that kind of good stuff. Don't really want that heavy warhammer. So as you can see, simply by successfully doing certain things well, you will level up that skill.
Must be my imagination.
Disappear.
What was that? Oh, guess I was just hearing things. Huh? Thought I heard something.
I've had enough of you!
What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do?
You won't get the best of me!
Well, that was right in the face. I do appreciate the arrows. Now, admittedly, stealth is kind of a go-to, especially in the early part of the game for a lot of folks. It is not the most time-friendly method. Creeping around at a crawl can be a bit slow and plodding, but it's also a good way to survive. Another thing is to save often, because you can die real easy in this game, and if you don't save, you will go back to the last save or autosave, which can sometimes be, you can easily lose 20, 30, 40 minutes of play. Ah, there's those creatures I was trying to get. Skeevers. Basically a giant rat. And these guys can give you a disease, as I was mentioning before, that can basically make it difficult for you to move, or I think you use excessive amounts of stamina. Oh shit, I can't believe they don't see me. Let's see if I can pick them off from here. Ooh, one hit kill. She still doesn't know where I'm at. And like that. So yeah, that's kind of the running joke, is right there, that kind of thing is why everybody always ends up playing a sniper stealth archer. And this is just base arrow skills. It gets even more ridiculous when you unlock some of the other things in archery. For instance, this one here increases your chance of a critical hit. Recover twice as many arrows from dead bodies. Able to move faster with a drawn bow, which, as you can see a minute ago, would have been useful. But then it gets even more interesting with these skills. Pressing block while aiming will zoom in your view. This is super useful. Combine that with steady hand, which gives you zooming in with a bow slows time by 25%. When you get 2 skills points in this, it actually by 50%. You will be nailing headshots from distances that you shouldn't be able to without. Power shot, this is a pretty good one too. All arrows stagger all but the largest opponents 50% of the time. If you're really all about archery and don't spend too much time on fighting and you're getting rushed by an enemy, this is extremely useful. Quick shot. This is nice. You can draw bows 30% faster. There's actually a really cool bow you can find in the game called the Zephyr bow that actually gets this perk right off the bat. It's the quickest drawing bow in the game. Bullseye, 15% chance of paralyzing target for a few seconds. I honestly have never got this capstone before, because for the most part with all the other things, most stuff is going to die when you hit it. Unless you're fighting dragons, this is probably useful for large enemies that don't get taken out from a stealth kill, but typically most of your humanoid enemies you're going to be one-hit killing if you're sniping them with a bow. Alright. Yeah, he's got some money. There we go. Let's see if we got some decent treasure. Yeah. Loot everywhere, but once again the carrying capacity just kind of limits us. Like I want to save it for the best. What is that? Alright, burial urns. Oh, almost always have gold. Usually not a lot, but it adds up. Or not. Actually, it told me right off the gate it was empty. I should have believed it. So once again, as you can see, darkness can be a little bit problematic in places, and you also want to keep an eye out for any traps. Usually they're kind of obvious. You usually see like a raised thing on the floor. Sometimes in dark areas it might be a trip line though, so most of the traps will not automatically kill you. They're more annoying than anything, although there are some that will shoot fire, and if you're low level it will mess you up pretty good. But this is a very early dungeon, so it's not too tough. They actually take it pretty easy on you. Stealth kill to get. Okay. The booby trap saved me the trouble. Oh man, 30 coins, torch. Alright, so we obviously don't want to make the same mistake he made, even though it's not likely going to kill us. So the clues are on the wall. Grab this potion real quick here. So, we have a snake and a whale and a snake. You see this actually used to be right there, so that gives us our clues. The pattern we need to set is snake, snake, whale, and these things can be rotated. So, snake, snake, whale. Now we should be able to pull the lever without worrying about getting hit with a booby trap. So far, nobody has had the claw, which is kind of strange. Let's see, potion of healing. So that's another thing. There are certain books you'll find throughout the game, which is why it's important to always look at the books that will actually give you experience for various things. Certain books that will improve they'll give you a little bump of experience for magic, sword fighting, armor, or in this case, this one helps with my pickpocketing or stealth, I believe. And it's still actually something to read as well, but I'm going to go ahead and take it. You know, I got the perk from it. There's a good one. Lead. There's just a crystal. There's a bloody skeever looking at me.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to fight you. Leave me alone. Uh-oh. Where's it? And just like that, he's leveled up again. Uh-oh. Alright. So, I think this time I'm gonna go ahead and go for stamina. No, I take that back. Let's go for health again. And this time I'm gonna put my perk into my one-handed damage, because those are the two main weapons I'm using right now. That's kind of where I really want that. Next, I want to try and find some light armor, I think, and start wearing it so that I can get my light armor skill up. Because as you can see, I don't have an affinity for heavy armor, even though I'm leveling up heavy armor because I'm wearing it. I'm still at 16, where all those skills you have an affinity for, like I mentioned in the other video, are going to be 20 or higher. Alright, so I'm trying to keep this video from going overtime, so let's move on. Stealth again. There's probably going to be some spiders here.
Is someone coming? Is that you, Haknir? Bjorn? Soling?
So just for the sake of logic, it's kind of funny.
But I need help.
Somehow this guy got ahead of the others, even though they got hung up at that booby-trapped door. It's kind of like, okay, how did you get ahead?
Get it away!
Oh shit. Alright, well, I'm not sneaking him. Oh shoot, he's already got my health down low. Alright, sweet.